Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to some more X4 Foundations, and in this video I want to give you guys a little bit of an update on what I have been doing, basically trying to help the Teladi out a little bit. You can see in the background over there near the gate there is quite a bit of action still happening, but I am actually on my defense station that I put right here in, what is the system called? Ianamus Zura. It's pretty damn cool, right? I'm right in front of the gate, and we regularly have those Xenon patrols and raiders that want to come in. Now you can also see that I've got a fleet of destroyers. 6 destroyers, nothing too big just yet, but they did manage to basically hold everything, hold down the fort, create a blockade for me to get started on this defense platform. It's still building, and we'll go to external view then if the NPCs want to do lots of messaging there. Let's press F3 and see if that one is perhaps heading towards my station again, because that was really something that I dreamed about doing, is creating this incredible defense station, which is over there on the right now, and then watching the action from on the station. It happened a couple times, but you can also clearly tell that there's well, quite a few Teladi destroyers now that have also taken up their positions around the gate. I'm not sure what they're planning to do with this force, but they apparently are able to handle the current invasion that's going on with the Xenon. So we've got a little bit of action over here. Then back there they've got, I'm not sure, are those like split ships or what the hell are these? Mineral, ooh, so these are the miners that are waiting on the gate. And let's try and get that camera to turn a little bit. So now he's running away from the missiles. That's true, these destroyers do mostly fire off missiles, and then you can see in the background my turrets are also firing on something. Not sure what it is, but good god, these plasma guns are really amazing. And there it is, it's actually another one of these medium-sized hulls that came too close, and then we've got some really nice range. You can see here I've got a docking bay, and then I'm surrounding that with lots of argon defense platforms. And are we hearing more actiony stuff? Let's take a quick look on the map then, if there's anything left. No. Now we are fine. It looks like the Xenon have been stopped at this point. Oh, I also have one pulsar that's helping, that's defending the station. I think we'll lose him at some point, so I think all these small ships are actually not a great investment. Go for the big stuff, I would say, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm actually trying to build my next Behemoth Vanguard as well, and Transport 4 is normally bringing some goods for that. Maybe I'll show you guys what I did here with this station. Oop, while there's more stuff coming. No, that's actually another split that doesn't like us, but he's just fine. And I'll show you guys what I've done here for this one. So here we get our docking bay. And then we've got these argon defense platforms. These have like plasma bolts and then smaller turrets, just everything that we've got. We put in there, and my plan is to extend that further. So here we'll have more defense platforms, probably some laser beams. I think it would be cool to be standing on this docking area and then to also see the lasers chase after everything. We'll continue this on the right and on the left, probably a little bit less intense than the forward defense platforms here. And then add some more docking bays. And then at the back here, what I'm planning to do is basically put up a pier so that large ships and extra large ships can dock there as well. And right now, so what I want to do is to basically have like a full defense around everything. And you can see here I'm also building our first storage units. Oh man, the defenses are going again. We gotta take a look at that if we can. Yeah, it's another one of those mediums. And so here they are. Look, Jesus Christ, if anything big comes through that gate, it is going to be in a world of hurt from all of these plasma shots. And then for the small stuff, the really small stuff sometimes does evade my my defenses for quite a little bit. That's why I'm gonna try and get some lasers on the outside here. But yeah, really cool to see these fights happen in the background. And well, I own lots of stuff, but I like to just sit on this platform and enjoy whatever is happening. After that, up here I've got some satellites. That looks like it's it for this wave. A little bit of an update over here maybe. So you guys know that I did my first experiment basically with a defensive station over here as well. But the well, they are Paranids, but they're one of the two factions of them. They basically have a massive force that's constantly patrolling this area now. Well, we do have some Xenon buildup. It's nothing too major, and basically what I think gave the Paranid a little bit more confidence, you can see there's more ships here as well, is that there was a Xenon solar power plant over here. When I had 4 of my destroyers, I started attacking that. They came in with this force as well, and then we destroyed that solar power plant, so that was under control. What happened next was that the Xenon, well, they had a K, so one of the really large hulls that was attacking, I think it was this Teladi foundry. So I decided to move my destroyers over here. We took that down. Very cool fight as well. Too bad that I wasn't recording at the time, but that was really nice. One of them was basically bait, and then the Xenon ship, you know, turned around to chase it and was basically in perfect angle for all of the main batteries of the rest of my behemoths to fire, and we took that down very quickly. I moved these guys in, closed this gate for the blockade, and since then that's what we're building here, this defense station that will also become a refinery. I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna do it. I want to keep all of these other buildings on the inside basically. But that's coming as well. There are some local resources that can be refined. You can see here ice, helium, methane, so that should be doable. And if I'm not mistaken, up here we also have ore and silicon, so I'm pretty sure that I could put down like another massive refinery in order to get some more activity around here and get some income from that as well. So that's been going really well. Rest of my stuff, I basically built up to almost 50 miners now, 48. There were still like some systems where, oh, there's a refinery here and local resources. I just create another one and get started on that. They're helping me with the income. Got a couple scouts around. Not sure if I've discovered everything actually, but lately what I've basically been doing is to use one of these scouts to put down some of these satellites so that I can have a look at what's happening there. I think basically after this defensive station is done, we're gonna have to build one over here as well to try and defend against the Xenon. And then after... Who is taking hits? Can I still see that? Scout 2 is under attack. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's true. Goddamn, I completely forgot about him. I actually wanted him to... And he's gone, I think. Let's take a look at that. Oh, Scout 2 is still around. Alright, cool. Let's have him... That's what I wanted him to do. So from here I can just tell him to drop a satellite. And then what I'll do now is I'll tell him to dock here because he's actually running out of that. Dock at. There we go. But yeah, just use some of these fast scouts. Hopefully he can get out of that. He did. He dropped his satellite, so I've got a little bit of a view here. That's actually quite a Xenon buildup inside this Teladi system as well. We may need to do something about that, but I feel like I'll want more of these behemoths before we take care of this. And here again, another like bottleneck, you could say, something that we may need to try to defend. What the hell did I tell you? All right, let's do remove orders, and then let's tell him to dock over here. We'll repair that, give him more satellites, and then he can continue on his scouting business. And then I've got some transporters here as well. In fact, this one in Argon Prime delivered the hull parts, but I guess we need something else for our behemoth. So that's something that I try to do as well. Too bad that you can't just tell him to like right click and do trade for or something like that. That doesn't work. So now in order to see what I'm missing, what I'll basically do is put up like a fake order of another one. We need advanced electronics. All right, so let's get the field coils away, and then advanced electronics, was it? This is really something that Eve does better, especially now with one of the latest updates, is that you can do searches. It'll actually, while you're typing it'll do searches, partial searches. Here you have to be very precise, unfortunately, so otherwise it doesn't work. And let's see, it is advanced electronics. That looks all right, so let's zoom out a little bit, see if we can find them anywhere. Let's see if we can get a lower price for that. Apparently we can over here somewhere. Advanced electronics, and so I'll take my transport 4. I think it was here. Trade with. I'll buy as many as I can. 340. And after that we'll bring that over here. Trade with and bring these here. And once that's done, they'll start building my next behemoth, which will become my 7th in the fleet. Not the best weapons that I gave these guys. It's mostly beams, so lasers, pretty low in damage, but what I like about it, it almost always hits, and it definitely reduces the chance that you get false positives, right? All those big floating balls of plasma from my station, for instance, I'm a little bit afraid that at some point I hit some of these Teladi forces or something like that, and that they'll become very angry with me. But yeah, they put up these patrollers. This is really weird now. It basically took me cleaning up the system for the Teladi to decide putting these patrols in here in order to try and counter these Xenon a little bit. So yeah, not sure. These guys aren't really that proactive, it seems, when it comes to the military forces. But once everything is secure, then they're coming in with their own stuff. Pretty interesting. The other 3 transports at the moment are just bringing more resources because, as I've said, I want to build this up to become another refinery here as well. And after that, I think we'll start to look into maybe some production facilities and things like that. Something that I also want to do is in maybe like one of these unclaimed systems, make lots of smaller stations and have lots of trade ships going between them. I think that could look very cool. And finally, was there something else that I want? Oh, there it goes. The Behemoth Vanguard is actually running. An NPC must have brought in the final needed resources. Oh yeah, income. So you can see here, basically, it gives you a little bit of an idea what these 50 miners that mine stuff and then sell to a local refinery make me. It's a decent income. I mean, 15 million, and then I can basically try to buy my next destroyer, so that feels like it's going quite all right. But what helps as well is, especially here, for instance, in second contact, my oldest refinery. If I go to logical overview, you can see I gave him 5 million. It is now full of drones, so it doesn't need to spend too much money. It's got the ability, miners, to bring in ice, hydrogen, silicon ore, and it makes its own energy cells. This creates all of this. On top of that, I decided to go with some meat as well, because that's just energy cells and water. And yeah, it produces its stuff, it also sells its stuff, and there you go, we actually have some extra liquid cash available. All I have to do is press accept estimate. It rounds it back down to the 5 million that it needs to run its business, and I get the extra 2 million right here in the bank, ready to spend that on other stuff. This one in faulty logic, which is the defense station here, that first defense station that also refines stuff. Show that to you guys. Well, locally there's really only hydrogen, so what I've been doing is just trying to get that up and running. And I think I want all of these drones, and I think that's where all the money keeps getting pulled into. So I'm just gonna keep giving this one the credits that it needs until it fills up the drones, and I think after that we'll actually start to make a profit there as well. But we need a little bit of patience on that smaller and more specialized station. Well, it's not gonna sell as quickly as the one that produces like half a dozen of these things. And then something else that happened. I still need a little bit of work for the final research. I think I'll use Transport 4 for that after it's done with its current trade range. But what's maybe interesting, right? You need like lots of weapon systems to hit your shields in order to unlock the first part of that. Really, didn't know how to do that, what basically happened is that I teleported myself to let's see here if I can show them on the map here, right? To my destroyers, to my lead destroyer, while it was blockading this gate. And just being on the ship itself was apparently enough, because then all of a sudden, after a couple of Xenon attacks and things like that, they said, all right, it's unlocked. We've got all the different weapon types taken, and you can start that research. So basically, get on your command ship. You don't need to fly it yourself. You do need to be on the ship. I think that gets hit with the weapon system. And then here, this one is now building up that first storage module. I mean, on this stuff, I want some reserves, so I'm going really big. It's large of all types, and then we'll see what kind of a refinery we want to make out of that. But it'll have plenty of storage space as well. And these, you can always right-click that and press Edit Loadout. I gave them all pulse turrets as well. If some small Xenon would come through the perimeter. These guys have shields, these guys have weapons of their own. They should do just fine. Yeah, I don't think I changed anything. So we'll take a quick look at that. Yep, that looks fine. Yep, all right. And here we go. This is where I am currently enjoying the X4 experience from the station itself, right on the front line. And it is amazingly cool when the Xenon attack through this gate, and then all these guns become active. They start to light up everything, especially the closer range guns. I think they look very, very cool when they're in action. And hopefully we can build one extra set of defenses back there, which is... You can not really see it very well, but there's another part over here. That'll be lasers, so beams, and then we'll see some nice fireworks. I think, especially if something bigger comes in, that could be very, very cool. I'm loving this. My playstyle right now is, of course, pretty passive, pretty managerial, you could say. But I'm basically helping all of these empires out. I think I'm trying to stabilize their situations. And here, this has definitely turned around ever since I came into the system, because this was under attack, this was under attack. You constantly had the Xenon threat, and now you can see they're putting up construction vessels, lots of miners that are going through this as well. And that is maybe one final thing that I discovered here as well. Very, very dangerous. Actually, I lost one of my transporters to this. Is that these systems over here, if they have stuff to sell, and especially here, this trade station from the split does have a lot of stuff to sell, well, your transport is actually going to go through here, or try to do that in order to get there, because that is apparently shorter. And that is, of course, definitely doomed. We basically died somewhere over here in the middle of this Xenon system. So at some point, I think we'll try to clear that out. And here we get another Xenon patrol that's actually going in the opposite direction, because, well, what they can do is, of course, try to harass the split over here. So maybe something else that I need to do is get rid of this Xenon platform and put up some defenses as well, try and box these guys in. But they're actually the shortest route, and I think that's why we see so much activity from all of these miners and things like that around here as well. Yeah, that's my update on X4 Foundations. I'm having a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed the action right at the start. Hope to build up a massive destroyer fleet, maybe different fleets actually, with the destroyers from the different races. I know that this one is not the best, but it's pretty cheap, so that's why I like it. This behemoth from the Argon, and then yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely try to deal with those Xenon a little bit more as well. That's it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.